Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Little Bit of Potato. We are here at the site of the Great Fire. The Great Fire of 1961. Yep, that's right. At the very end of the last episode, our construction office, with about 1 million rubles worth of trucks in it, burnt to the ground, and I'm still not completely over it, but in order to commemorate all of that money lost, we are going to build a ceremonial monument. That's right. Let's find the appropriate one for the job. We could use an inbuilt one. We could use an inbuilt one, or we could go into modded. What do we want to get? A rural seawall? Nah. Let's build a T-34 tank monument, and we will build one on either side. On either side of the site, in order to commemorate all of the incredible vehicles that I lost in that fire. I am still so unbelievably tilted at that. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, ladies and gents. We're gonna immediately rebuild this construction office. As much as I may make a big deal out of it, it's not actually the end of the world. I mean, you know, if we need more money, all we need to do is take out a little bit of a loan. At the moment, you know, our interest rates are low. We haven't taken out a huge number of loans yet, anyway. But you know, we'll no doubt get there in time. We need to get a good number of Maz dumper trucks back. That's what we need to do, and then we will pretty much be up to speed in this huge construction office over here. Man, I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Right, a whole bunch of those, and then a whole bunch of these as well. And the fact that I have to rebuy the trucks as well, that's just so brutal, isn't it? It's just so brutal. There we go. I mean, that is such a large amount of money, but whatever. Okay, we'll set the sources for the materials in just a sec. Let's get that bumped up to 3,000 radius. Gravel, we want to do asphalt, concrete, excellent. Anything else that we really need from here? Not really. Don't think so. Not really at all. Fine. Okay, well, that should immediately find some things to get started with building. We need a lot of resources. We need a lot of resources to be moved around the place, so I'm hoping that that's going to happen. This area is still looking good. Still looking very, very good. Still looking very, very good. I like it a lot. We're making progress. We need workers. Now, the focus of this episode actually is kind of important because if you'll recall, again, towards the end of the last episode, we kind of came across some, you know, a desolate, empty, and despairingly barren Touristovsky. Yeah, there's like 5 people that live in here. I think, yeah, there's like a group of houses around this part, which has a couple of people in it. That's not exactly ideal. This needs to be a thriving community. First and foremost, we need to have the university over here, right? We need educated people. We need to be generating educated people. So it's absolutely imperative that we have a reasonably large city here that we're able to just pump out educated people. The other thing that we need to bear in mind is that I've set up a train route. I've set up a train route to deliver workers to this area here, which still needs a name, by the way. There's been a couple of really exceptional names suggested in the comments. Disneylandovsky, or something along those lines, I particularly liked. So I tell you what, let's go and name that. The other one that was quite good was under Touristovsky. I enjoyed that one too. Disneylandovsky. Excellent. Disneylandovsky. Brilliant. It's just going to make it so much easier to refer to the area now. How big is it? Cool. Okay, I hope that this is going to be Disneylandovsky Airport. I think it should be. I think it should be the way that it's zoned. Yeah. Can I delete this? Hey, I can indeed. Excellent. Okay. And then, you know, we might have to... Oh, God, it's so bright. It's so bright. We might have to get a special name for the beach as well, just because I feel like, you know, Disneylandovsky doesn't really deserve a beach, you know? There we go. Cancel that name as well. Cool. Anyway, so what we need to do is we need to get Touristovsky properly up and running. Now, towards the end of the last episode, we did end up getting a heating plant up and running. This is a large heating plant. I'm not sure if it needs to be a large heating plant, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't particularly matter. What we do need to do is we need to fix is we need to fix this pipe, and so we need to connect up. Nope, that's the incorrect type of heating pipe. We need to connect up this pipe here. Very, very cheap, you know, 2,000 rubles to get that done. And then we need to sort out all of the components coming into this factory. And by components, I mean workers and I mean coal. So we need to get both of those sorted out reasonably easily. But we're sort of in a little bit of a catch-22 because without people from Touristovsky to work in the heating plant, then we're not going to be able to heat the town. And therefore, if we're not able to heat the town, then we're going to continue to have problems. And therefore, everything is just going to be a disaster. So we need to balance. We need to balance our renovation of the town with improving connections and links to the heating plant. Now, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do with people. We need to work on that. And I'm thinking what we'll probably do is we will probably replace some of these houses in the first instance. Maybe we can get a good large modded building down. We do still have the bus platform, and the bus platform should be accessible from the center of town. I mean, if we start building out from the center of town, then I figure pretty much everything is accessible with the exception of the medical university. And to be honest, even the medical university could probably be accessible if we, I don't know, if we improved our path game a little bit, and or if we decided to get better quality roads in the center of town. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that we're going to do a little bit of relocation here. A little bit of relocation. Destroy, and destroy, right? So that's some good improvements right there. Destroy that as well. Destroy that as well. And destroy that as well. I actually think that, on the whole, this is a net positive. And the reason that I'll tell you it's a net positive is, first of all, because I want to save face. Because it's almost certainly the fact that our population has been kidnapped by those horrible Western imperialists. That's right, comrade. It's got nothing to do with the failures of me. So that's what we're going to do in the first instance. We're going to see if we can renovate a little bit of... That's... Okay. We're going to renovate a little bit of Touristovsky. Easy peasy. We're going to get some brand new houses down, which will need heating, but, you know, they'll be fine, I hope. I think we should be okay. Let's see. What have we got? We got some modded houses here. We got some modded houses. Where would that be? House. That's a great question. I know that we do have a modded house in here somewhere. Residential. There we go. Knew it. A lighthouse. Oh, that's a new one. I've never seen that before. Or maybe I have. Yeah, so what I was thinking of was either the glorious People's Palace flats, but this is far too large for this specific lot right here. So I was actually thinking that the 21-story prefab flats would be pretty freaking fantastic. 314 workers, and we can probably get 2. Maybe if we're really, really cheeky, we can see if we can get a 3rd one in here as well. That would be truly exceptional. If we could do that. You know what? I straight up think that we can get 3 in here. Yeah, I straight up think that we can get 3 in here. It's an optimistic point of view, but I'm an optimistic fellow. Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's so close. Okay, that is 900 workers. That is 900 workers in, like, I don't know, what is that? 100 meters squared, something like that. It's very, very good, in fact. So that's nice. That's a step in the right direction for sure. Now, let's leave that there for a second, because what I want to do is I want to sort out coal. Now, how are we going to do this? We've got a couple of options here. First of all, we could just buy coal in, but I actually legitimately think that we are at the stage where we can avoid doing that. Now, we've set up the coal processing infrastructure here. We haven't bought out the truck aggregate loading setup. So I think that's what we're going to do right now, because in the long term, I think this is going to save us like a decent amount of money if we're able to do this. So let's buy a little bit of the infrastructure. Buy a little bit of the infrastructure. It's going to take, you know, it's going to take a couple of hundred, maybe a couple of thousand rubles. And again, I'm only going to buy the infrastructure that is absolutely essential. And by absolutely essential, I mean roads that connect to all of the buildings that we're going to build. And the reason that we need to do that is so that if there's a fire, we can think about dispatching the fire brigade. Of course, as we've already demonstrated, there's a fire. There's a fire. Okay, this is going to get solved. This is going to get solved right now, please. It's a fire right next door. It's in the school. Now, a fire truck has been called. A fire truck has been called. We do have, thankfully, a fire station that is appropriately staffed, and it is nearby. I was a little bit worried that perhaps a fire truck from Touristovsky was going to be dispatched all the way to Touristovsky, and that would just be a disaster, because we know how that turned out. Turns out that you need firefighters. You need firefighters to man the fire station. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make, let's get the truck aggregate loading up and running, and therefore we can do a couple of, we probably just need one truck, to be honest. We'll just get one Maz truck, one big dumper. Oh look, we got a big dumper right here. Excellent. We can now discard all the cargo. That's a brand new feature, by the way, in the update. And then we will hop across to the truck aggregate loading. Erase from line. Excellent. Truck aggregate loading. Load. You probably don't need to wait until loaded. And then we'll head you back down to here, and you will unload. We will wait until unloaded over there. Wonderful. I will actually wait until loaded, just to keep things a little bit more efficient. Okay. Wonderful. So that should make a real difference, actually. That should make a real difference, and we should be up and running very, very soon indeed. Now, how are we going to tackle the building of these houses? I think that I'm probably just going to buy the building of these houses. They're not actually that expensive, but I am acutely aware that we are 4 episodes in, and I have spent 5 million rubles and $1 million, and that's unusual, actually, because usually I don't spend my dollars until I absolutely have to. But just you wait, comrade. I'm sure the bridging loan will be coming along very, very shortly indeed. Oh boy. Okay, let's build one. Let's build one prefab. Let's build one prefab flat in the first instance. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. That's completely fine. It's completely fine. And that will be that. Okay, so we still have a bus service between Touristovsky bus platform and the bus stop down here. Very, very important that we have that. I do want to get one additional bus. I want to get one additional bus. We'll buy this bus, sure. SKD 706 RTO Lux. Oh, Lux. Oh, that's a bit. Well, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, all right. I take it back. We shouldn't be allowing our population to have the Lux edition. Let's buy the non-Lux edition. Yeah, all right. Let's buy this one instead. We can't have normal people just riding on Lux buses. Their expectations will get too high. That's simply unacceptable. Anyway, we're gonna just create a direct route between the bus stop and between the heating power plant. The fire has been extinguished. Thankfully, comrade, we have. I was way to say we've redeemed ourselves. We've redeemed ourselves from the horrific fire of 1961, but we haven't. We have in no way redeemed ourselves from the horrific fire of 1961. Anyway, it turns out that I left auto import workers on. And we've now got 315 workers, which is wonderful. Very, very happy with that. Hopefully, people are able to get to the bus stop before. Hopefully, they're able to get to the bus stop before they start to freeze, literally freeze. I guess that is concerning. Temperature is a little chilly. We start with 219. Temperature in building is too low. Kindergarten. It's thawing. Oh, look at this. The snow is going away. Oh, just in time. Okay, wonderful. It's almost as if I planned that. I really sincerely wish that I had planned that, but I didn't. But that's fine. That's completely fine. Okay. Building is without a power supply. We'll get this all sorted out, shall we? Whilst the ground thaws. Auto build. Yep, we'll get that down. And we got a transformer right over here, don't we? Yeah, we got a transformer right over here. That must be shockingly close to... Okay, whatever. Doesn't particularly matter. And we'll do some high voltage stuff there. 10 grand. That's okay. I can pay that. Okay, we're down below 5 million rubles. That's a scary prospect. A very, very scary prospect indeed, comrade. Right, you are heading over there, but that's not the truck that I'm after. I'm after the... Okay, 48 workers without a job. That's unacceptable. Tourists, students, workers. Yes, so, okay. Workers can just head to the... They can't head to the bus stop. They can't head to the bus stop. Okay, that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no, but I'm really, really glad that I spotted that. Let's get rid of that village house, and we'll just use this path connection point to perhaps connect up this over here as soon as the building despawns. Yep. Thank you very much, video game. Despawn the building. Wonderful. Connect that up. Okay, so does that work? That looks to work. That looks to work. Excellent. Okay, so we should see all of these people without a job just head to the bus platform. I hope that that's the case anyway. Kindergarten is temperature too low. I mean, temperature is too low everywhere. Temperature is too low everywhere. Everyone is in a uniquely bad situation. Literally everyone. Also, we don't have any doctors. We don't have any hospital treatment capability. Yeah, yikes on that front, eh? Yikes on that front. Where's our coal truck? Where's our coal truck, and why is it not already arrived yet? Aha, it's up here. Wonderful. It's taken a little while to get there, but that's completely fine. Okay. Now, we should just be able to do a bus route. The bus route, well, we're doing the bus route between the heating plant and the bus platform. But it just ain't working. It just ain't working. It just ain't working. There are no or fewer sellers than required. Is it to do with the price level? If I reduce the price level to 1. Yeah, don't sell for 3 times as much. I presume that that's what the price level is. Okay, look at this. Workers without a job is decreasing. That's excellent. A couple of citizens are not able to participate in any sport. That is actually a little bit of a concern. If you'll recall, I did say that I wanted to get a couple of gymnasiums over here. So let's use this again as an opportunity perhaps to smash a couple of old buildings. And there we go. We can add an additional sports playground. That's what it's called. Boom. Okay. Excellent. Brute forced a gymnasium into the neighborhood, and that should be excellent. How much is that even going to cost me? I don't know. I'm just closing my eyes and pressing the buy button. It's a terrifying prospect. But whatever the case, is that we absolutely should have gymnasium access for everyone, which is wonderful. We've somehow managed to finagle a couple of doctors into the hospital. Don't understand how we managed to do that. I guess we kind of lucked out on that front, but that's great. We have still got a very, very low temperature here, which is highly problematic. Highly problematic. Nobody's able to enjoy culture. Is anyone able to enjoy culture? Yes. But again, we've just got this massive temperature problem, and that is the issue here, right? Like, that is 100% the issue. That is 100% the issue. Well, we've got coal coming in now, which is excellent. Have we got any workers? We've got 0 workers. We've got 0 workers coming to work in the heating plants. But we now do have coal. So that's at least a step in the right direction. Okay? Still no workers. Like, not a single worker is happy to... Not a single worker is happy to go to the bus platform? Have I just, like, miscalculated the walking distance? No, it's definitely... There's definitely, like, a walking distance there. Very, very strange indeed. Very, very, very strange indeed. Very, very, very strange indeed. Where are you going? Working at kindergarten. Fire station. I suspect that we probably just need more people, to be honest with you. I mean, do I want to just go for the... I say the nuclear option. It's not the nuclear option. But we just buy in a whole bunch of additional people. I guess that's what we'll do. Okay, let's do it. Let's fund another prefab building. Let's do it. Alrighty, how much is this one gonna sting? Actually, only about 80,000 rubles. That's completely fine. Completely fine. I do want to get a bigger kindergarten at some point, but that's gonna be a good number of additional workers. We can also buy in some more workers here. We can just, yeah, we can just max this out. We can absolutely max that out. That's not a problem at all. And that should hopefully allow more people to go to the bus stop. There we go. Okay, that's what we want to see. That is exactly what we want to see. The heating plant should be up and running. Also, it looks like there's less of a concern with regards to heating pretty much everywhere. Because, yeah, we've just got more heat. We've just got more natural heat, which is absolutely excellent. Now. It's time that we develop a new kindergarten here. It's absolutely time that we develop a new kindergarten here, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that before things hopefully get too bad. We're gonna get a big kindergarten that can cope with 30 workers and can deal with a lot more children, I hope. Only problem is, where's the best place for it? On the outskirts of town over here? I actually don't hate that. I actually don't hate that at all. Yeah. Yeah, let's rock and roll with that. Let's rock and roll with that over there. The reason that we need to get an extra kindergarten, I mean, it's obvious. We just don't have enough spaces as it stands. Is it possible for me to get a connection over here somewhere? That is the connection that is legal, supposedly. I don't know how. That doesn't really look like a legal move, but there we go. Delighted to see it. Are we working on the university as well, by the way? We're not. We're not yet. I suspect that that's because, yeah, we have access issues to get to the university from the big flats, and that's where the vast majority of our population is. Okay. Couple of people not able to enjoy culture. A couple of people not able to enjoy sports. X to doubt, honestly, on that one. Pub tavern's not a problem. Some of the goods are missing. It's only electronics. Who cares? We maybe should sell electronics just to actually ensure that people enjoy staying here. 42 citizens were unable to visit a hospital. So the way that it works, my understanding is that if a hospital isn't within walking range, and it almost is within walking range as well, like that should be kept in mind. If it's not within walking range, if a hospital isn't within walking range, then an ambulance will be called. But that's fine. Are we doing any burning? We're not doing any burning. We're not doing any heating, which is again problematic because that's what we need to be doing. 0 workers. Absolutely 0 workers. And still 0 workers waiting at the bus platform. How unbelievably incredible. What's the temperature looking like? Temperature's looking fine. Temperature's looking absolutely fine. Temperature is looking fine. No kindergarten space available. Okay, let's get a couple more. Let's actually just fully commit to building the kindergarten so that the construction doesn't suck up more resources. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll build that road as well. Okay, we're full tilt. We're full tilt here, folks. We are full tilt to getting everything sorted. The medical university will be done at some point, mark my words. When? I don't know. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. The number of workers that we're seeing accumulate at the bus platform is definitely now above 1, which is exactly where it should be. Okay, well, I think that probably fixes the heating problem. I say it probably fixes the heating problem. I think, yeah, we got 3 workers here. That should be more than enough, not to mention the fact that the temperature outside is absolutely adequate, and we don't need to worry about that at all. Look at that. Current production percentage, it's perfect. The only thing that does perturb me a little bit is, will we have enough coal? Will we have enough coal going forwards? Maybe one single Maz dumper truck just isn't enough. I don't know. It doesn't actually particularly matter. The important thing is that we've got this setup working. Pretty happy with that. Good. All right. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do something crazy here, folks. We are gonna buy in electronics. We're gonna buy them in from. We're gonna buy them in. We're gonna buy them in. That's right. From the west. Let's do it. In fact, we have to buy everything in from the west. That doesn't particularly matter. Sure, we'll buy everything in from the west. I'm just bleeding cash at the moment. Just absolutely bleeding cash. I can put the prices up actually. I can put the prices up a little bit. Yeah, okay, I can put the prices up a little bit. Now, I believe that these prices are for both my population and also tourists. So we might be able to make a little bit of money or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We are quite close to the border, so that's pretty good. Right, but apart from that, everything is looking a-okay. Everything is looking a-okay. So we should, yeah, we've got a pretty significant number of workers that are now accumulating at the bus platform, and that should mean, that's right, that the concrete plant and that the asphalt plant both are operational and everything is being supplied that we need to be supplied, which is just great. Are there any other construction mechanisms that we need to get in order to help speed up construction of Disneylandovsky? Okay, apparently we've maxed out the Disneylandovsky. Okay, alright, Disneylandovsk. Disneylandovsk. I didn't realize that that was how it was, but hey-ho. Okay, Disneylandovsk Zoo. Excellent. Lovely. Lovely. We got the zoo up and running. I tell you what, I mean, it doesn't feel like we're making much progress over here, but we are. We bloomin' are. We bloomin' are. We got 14 tourists ready and waiting. Very, very excited for that. Runways are looking good. And we just need a paver, actually. Do we have pavers? We do have a paver here. Do have a paver here. We do have rollers spare. We got bulldozers. Yeah, we got everything. We got everything that we need. We've got everything that we need. We've got everything that we could possibly need. How's our rail construction office coming along? 26 whole workers. Wowzers. We are going to make blistering progress on this one then, aren't we? Wowzers. That is excellent. Do we just double down and just get another... Do we just double down and get another freaking house right here? I almost feel like we do. I almost feel like we do. Also, let's push the price level up to 3. Let's push the price level up to 3. I wonder if it's actually possible to make money? Is it possible to make money from selling products here? Again, I have no idea what this price level stuff really means. Wait, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Not that I can see. Anyway, I don't really want to torpedo my reputation or whatever. I don't want to make it too unaffordable for my citizens to eat. So that's fine. Okay, kindergarten's looking good. You know what? Let's freaking go. Let's get this area set up as well. Excellent. And to be honest, we could just do with upgrading the roads around town here. So let's max out the flat over here. That is looking very, very good indeed. So everything should be fine. As far as I'm aware, everything should be fine in this house. Alcohol addiction, culture enjoyment, religion sympathy, fine. All fine. Health is maybe the only concern, and that's because of accessibility to the hospital. But apart from that, totally okay. There's a small cathedral right next door, so I mean, you know, as long as you don't have a problem with bells, I guess you're probably gonna enjoy living right here. But yeah, this is looking very, very nice. This is looking very, very nice indeed. Kindergarten spaces are available. The next thing that we'll need to test is schools, but that will come later. Ambulance numbers we're definitely, almost certainly, yeah, in a poor place regarding ambulance numbers. So let's get a few more ambulances, and maybe we also want to get like a walkway to try and get the big flats within walking range. That is pretty important. It is pretty important to do, actually, so that we don't consume ambulances with just this stupid drive up and down this area over here. Let's get you moved into there. Demolish this house. Wonderful. Okay. Demolish this house. Demolish. Yeah, I mean, there's so many buildings that we can demolish here. It really is quite good. It feels good to demolish buildings. It feels good to demolish old buildings and get them replaced with something much better. Too sharp a turn. Cool. All right, let's do that. Let's see if that makes a difference. Looks like it actually does. So that's two of the three main buildings are now accessible within walking distance of the hospital. And that's really, really good. That's really, really good. Let's actually crank right down the number of people that are working in the hospital. Similarly, actually, let's crank down the number of people that are working in the fire station as well. Classrooms and kindergartens and gyms, we'll keep those all at full capacity at the moment. Kindergarten, yep, we'll keep that one at full capacity too. Okay. You know, we could actually just straight up import people to live in these old city townhouse. I mean, this is a pretty good building, really. It's not perfect, but it's far from the worst. Right. How much coal do we have here? 114 tons of coal, 10 tons in the heating plant, and a good number of employees as well. So very, 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 very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Total capacity of all connected buildings is 97%. That's okay. That's okay. That is absolutely a-okay. That's going up. Alright. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. I was just worried that perhaps this pipe had somehow not connected over here, and therefore there was going to be a little bit of a heating discrepancy. But that seems okay. That all seems okay. How many workers are accumulating at the bus platform? Looks like there's a good number, actually. Looks like there's a very, very good number of workers, especially since we've limited the number of people that are working at the hospital. Ambulance situation also seems to be a lot more under control. Load of treated patients. Very, very, very happy with all of that. Okay. Very, very good. I think Touristovsky has stabilized. And in fact, it's probably not a totally horrific place to live now. It used to be, undoubtedly, but now it's probably not totally horrific. There is one thing that I do want to do just before we officially declare success in Touristovsky. There we go. Let's relocate you to, I don't know, like there or something. Doesn't particularly matter as long as you get out of here. Also, we don't have enough workers to get the city hall / accounting office up and running. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. But kind of, you know, expected. Let's cancel the footpads out here. Cancel the footpads out here. And we will build a big ol' modded school. Now, the reason that we want a big old modded school is that I don't want to have to worry about providing learning through multiple small little units. And in fact, it's fine at the moment. But students in the classroom did go above 67 at one point, and that was a big old problem. So let's do this. I know that this is probably not the best thing to be doing at this moment in time, but I mean, I think that it's best that if at least we zone the school, right? You know, we have something for our workers to do, even if we decide not to build it ourselves. Right, so I'll build the power cable, obviously, because that is pretty crucial, as it turns out. Is that reflective? Oh no, that's not reflective. That's inside. Oh, look at that. You can actually see there's a little bit of dirt that slipped through into the gymnasium, but that's very, very nice, actually. Oh yeah. Those windows are probably absolutely horrific when it comes to heat loss. I would scarcely... Wow, okay. That's just an irresponsible amount of windows over there, actually. Hugely irresponsible number of windows. Okay, let's do the first bit of... I don't want to say major terraforming, because it's not really major terraforming, and it's pretty easy. It's literally just a little bit of dirt. But let's get this moved down a little bit. And we'll see if we can try and plonk a school in here. I'm not particularly aggrieved at which angle the school goes in at. In fact, I think I'd probably prefer that angle, to be honest with you. Yeah, so let's level from center right over here. And we'll be able to get it done reasonably quickly as well. Man, it's so nice to be dealing with a reasonably flat area. And in fact... There's a lot of things that can go very badly wrong with the map generation in this game, and, you know, they produce maps that are perhaps not super exciting. But something that I will say is that I do enjoy playing I do enjoy playing on a map that that has got less stone and therefore takes less time to terraform. It just drives me up the wall when it takes like 20 minutes to terraform like a single little bit of land. Okay, this needs more work. Let's see. Over here, we need just a concentrated amount of effort in this vicinity would be perfect. Thanks very much. There's no reason that we need to be in 1x speed for this, or even paused. Nice. Cool. And then one single block. One single block, comrade. That's all we're out by. Okay. Let's get it done. Again, let's try and focus. Try and focus the area up. Okay. Let's just use... Let's use the... Can I not go down? Yeah, I don't know why this sometimes happens. There's probably some intel on this. I can't dig down anymore. That's deeply irritating. Highly, highly strange, eh? Highly, highly strange. Anyway, get this entire area de-elevated. Maybe, just maybe, that'll be good enough. I suspect that it will be. It's bloomin' close. It's so bloomin' close. Oh, this is a really... You know, this is a pretty miserable location to build a school. I'm realizing that now. This is a bloomin' awful place to build a school. Why would the Central Committee approve this, comrade? Why would the Central Committee approve this? They know everything, and yet, at the same time, they know nothing. Okay, let's see. Let's go for a slightly more elevated school. There we go. That's just the ticket. Okay, took us a little while, but we got there in the end. Wonderful. We've got the... Wonderful. And you can just kind of force the game to... There we go. You can just sort of force the game to bend to your will, which I kind of like. Right, we'll build, like, a pathway connection, and that's going to mean that a couple of people start to wander in here, which is slightly problematic, because I don't really want to waste a whole bunch of laborers' time. I don't really want to build this school either. Let's actually suspend construction for now, so that we don't consume unnecessary workers. I will say, though, everything seems to be operating pretty darn well. Coal is looking good. Coal is looking good, but my problem is that I want to get, for safety purposes, I want to get another truck. Let's get another dumper. Ooh, is that new? A BZ252? That looks new. That looks new. I've not seen that one before, I don't think. Or maybe I'm just remembering. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna stick a second coal delivery truck on that line over there. Very, very happy with that. How are things going over here? Indoor pool is up and running. Wonderful. The beach cafe is already finished. The Museum of the Republic is looking good. It's coming along nicely, in fact. Yeah, we have got some. Wow, we're making some crazy progress, actually. I am super happy with how this area has turned out. The whole thing is excellent. It's looking really, really good. We do probably want to get a couple of additional buses, I imagine. Yeah, okay, I'll buy some more buses. Let's have a little look at the buses. You know, we could have people being delivered to construction sites in tanks, but doesn't really seem like a very good use of money, actually, now that I think about it. And we're a little bit short on the old money. Well, not quite yet, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. All right, so 8 new buses, all assigned to pick up from the bus platform. Again, that's fine. 2 citizens were unable to visit the hospital. That's okay, though. They can get ambulanced around. They can get ambulanced around. Where do these people get sport? They may not have easy accessibility to sport. We may have to fix that. May have to fix that with the building of a gymnasium. Again, these gymnasiums, by the way, are phenomenal. They really are great. Honestly, one of my favorite modded structures. One of my favorite modded structures by far. The current sporting facilities in the game are just, you know, just terrible, actually. Just really terrible. You got the option between, you know, 2 different type of sports fields. Gymnasium is entirely reasonable. We can also get micro cinemas as well, by the way. As opposed to these massive, massive, hulking great buildings. And to be honest, that's probably something that we should consider doing. Participate in any sports, that's fine. Hospital. Hospital is, yeah, as we've already highlighted, a little bit of an access issue for a couple of people. But if I do this... No, I mean, even that. I was thinking if we could connect up a path to here, then that might make things a little bit better. But I doubt we're going to be able to thread the needle, so to speak, through this channel here. Yeah. Okay, so the hospital remains the most important building that this prefab flat does not have access to. But apart from that, I think everything's fine. Electronics, don't care. People without a job, just go to the freaking, you know, bus platform. It's not that difficult. People can't get electronics, don't care about that. Access to the hospital. Access to the hospital is being resolved. And even if it's not being resolved, you know, we still have ambulances. We still have ambulances at the hospital anyway to do a whole bunch of the driving, which is wonderful. We are working on a kindergarten up here. Do I particularly care about working on the kindergarten at a time like this? I actually think that we'll suspend construction. I don't think that there's much to be done there. This area, this medical university, yeah, still a bit of a kicker. But the only people that are working on this medical university are people that still live in the old houses, sort of around the outskirts of town. Yeah. Are people moving back in here though? I don't know if people are moving back in or it just looks like it. Because I've been completely disregarding, like, everyone around town for a while now. But this Touristovsky, I'm telling you, you know, we pop a couple of advanced flats in there, and suddenly it's working like an absolute charm. Okay, now. Needs track construction train set. No fuel for track construction train sets. Okay, excellent. Very, very happy with this. So, we have the rail office up and running. Let's buy a new vehicle or mechanism. We can only buy one. Now, there are modded track builders in the game. I know that for a fact. However, it looks like in 1961 we only have access to one. That's fine. That's fine. We'll obviously only be able to start with one. That's completely okay. I think there was a comment a couple of videos ago about how we will... I'll build that real quick. About how we need to have some sort of a connection for the rail connection for the rail construction office. You know, sure, we could get a factory connection. There's 3 factory connection points over here, but we might as well just buy the resources in, right? I mean, you know, for all of the money, it's just worth us doing that. We're just gonna need to buy in boards. We're gonna need to buy in steel. It's a pretty simple process, and it's gonna cost us hardly anything as well. So boards, steel, delivery is, yeah, cost of delivery per ton. It's nothing. It's nothing. We are super freaking close. Fuel as well. You know what? Let's not actually import fuel. What we can just do is we can just add this building to the distribution office network. So that's not gonna allow us to save a huge amount of money, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, we're already going on this track. Now, I think sticking with just one singular track builder at the moment is the play. I think it's the play. I'm pretty sure it's the play. 20 out of 20 workers. We can't increase that past that point. 20 workers is what we need in order to make this locomotive actually work. So that's great. Yeah, I'm just very, very happy with this. Let's bump this up to 4,500 meters. How far does that take us? I suspect that it'll probably be the entirety of the tracked area. Yeah, I suspect that we'll probably be fine with that. Wow, we've got less than $1 million. I need to start selling something. What can I sell? What do I have of value to sell? Nothing. Oh, yes. I forgot momentarily that I actually have nothing to sell. In fact, I tell you what, that is a barefaced lie. Because we do actually have a decent amount of fuel production. Well, I say that. A decent amount of fuel production. We have a little bit of fuel production. We have a little bit of fuel production. Ever so slight amounts of fuel production. Everything's looking good, though. Participate in any sports? Did I get a gymnasium for this area? I thought I got a gymnasium for this area. I may not have. I may not have, though. Sport seems to be a particular issue. Sport does seem to be a particular issue. Okay, we'll get a gymnasium to keep people happy then. Right next to the hospital, if we can squeeze it in. Looks like we can't. Don't really want to stick it next to the oil infrastructure. Yeah, let's trash a couple of these houses over here. Relocate people to the big houses. There we go. I kind of want to keep the design of this place a little bit more classic, a little bit more original. Let's not build any massive hulking great new flat blocks here. You know, let's keep it nice, let's keep it retro, let's keep it classy. You know, there's absolutely no ulterior motive in this. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the fact that if I build new buildings, then I need to provide heat, and if I need to provide heat, then I need to deal with a coal network, and I need to employ more people, and that whole shebang. So, yeah, it's got absolutely nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing to do with that at all. We do need to get a heat network over here, though. Like, that is unavoidable, frankly, at this point. Let's invite some more immigrants to... There we go. To stay in the old city houses. And we'll get a couple more. Excellent. Yeah, look, I'm very, very conscious of the fact that before December rolls around, we are going to have to consider strongly, in fact, we're going to have to consider strongly getting a heating setup over here. In fact, we've already got a heating setup over here. What the heck am I talking about? What the heck am I talking about? Why are people leaving then, if it's not because they're too cold? Was it literally just access to sport? Was that the problem? Oh, okay, all right. Well, maybe if it was access to sport, then that's perfect. Then that's excellent. Okay, all right. Turns out that I'm just an idiot. Also, there is absolutely no reason now. There is absolutely no reason why we can't have a connection between Touristovsky and this yet to be named oil town, which we still need a name for. Yeah, okay. All right, that's fine. Right, let's get 2 trucks. Let's get two big old dumpers. Let's get 3 big old dumpers. And we're gonna do aggregate loading. Yep. Wait until loaded. Coal, obviously. And then right into here. Unload anything. Wait until unloaded. I don't care if there's a backlog of trucks over here. You know, having 2 trucks waiting to unload their cargo and then a truck just behind that, we can just about cope with that. I'm completely fine. This is a non-critical area at the moment. Right, dispatch. I just wonder about the length of time that it's going to take to drive through from Touristovsky. I presume, yeah, up this road here, up into Watton Yarum, and then across here, down here. That is a trek, even though, as the crow flies, the cities aren't that far apart. I say cities, the towns. The towns aren't that far apart. I wonder if it's just straight up worth us building a cheapy wooden bridge. I think it might actually be worth us building a cheapy wooden bridge. How much is that going to cost us? It's going to cost us 10,000 rubles. It's barely anything. And if I keep the roads dirt as well, then again, we'll keep costs to an absolute minimum. I mean, dirt roads are free. Love to see it. All right, that goes in there. Cool. All right, let's see if the pathing does actually build along that new route. But I'm very, very happy with that. And again, that's going to keep costs down. It means that we're not going to import you know, a huge amount of coal. And importing coal is a pretty big expense. Yeah, cost of delivery per 1 ton, 16.43 rubles. It's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Look at that. Price for resources, total with delivery. So basically we're paying, in fact we are paying more for delivery than we are paying for the resources, which is an obscene amount of money, actually. An obscene amount of money. So hopefully we'll rectify that. So there's no access to heat issue. There is no cinema over here. I tell you what, I did chat about a modded small cinema earlier. Why don't we see if we can stick that in somewhere? Yeah, what about over here? That's actually not too bad. Relocate. Delete. Relocate. And then delete. Excellent. And I think that'll probably be enough, to be fair. Let's do... It's always risky to use the demolish tool. It's always risky to use the demolish tool, but I didn't want to click through the menus again to find the small cinema. Alrighty, that's looking not too bad. How much money have I spent over the course of this episode? A lot more than it looks like I've spent, actually. I feel like I've not spent that much money, but I have spent literally 1,000,000 rubles and probably about $300,000 as well, which is pretty terrifying. Okay, so sport participation is now completely fixed. Culture enjoyment, also completely fixed. Alcohol addiction, that's looking fine. Very good, comrade. Workers without a job. Really? People don't have a job? Everyone has a job, comrade. No kindergarten spaces. That might be true. That might be true. Yeah, so there's no kindergarten access over here for these houses. Do I care? To be brutally honest, do I care? I probably should care. I probably should care. It's not going to make much of a difference, but it'll make some difference. Okay, we'll throw down an education building. We'll throw down a kindergarten. Cool. And build it. Build it. When it costs less than 10,000 rubles to auto build, it's kind of totally fine. You know? It's completely fine. Got no issues with that. Okay, so that's going to sort out all of the kindergarten accessibility issues, which is great. Refinery is still looking fine. How much oil do we have backlogged here? We've got a full tank. A full tank of oil. I kind of anticipated that. You know what? Maybe this is a great opportunity to try trialing our second small refinery. I think I'm going to do that. Wasn't really anticipating throwing this refinery online over the course of this episode today, but, I mean, if people need jobs and we need to get through our oil, then, I mean, this is like a no-brainer, right? I think so. Okay. Alright, so that should fix the job issue over here. Sickness, hospital, kindergarten. Kindergarten's now fixed. Excellent. Yeah. Alrighty, so is that gonna use up our oil slightly quicker? It does in fact look like we are getting... Yeah, we're getting through that oil. We still might max out at 1,500 tons, but I mean, that's okay. The amount of pollution that must be coming off here is probably incredible. Average lifespan, 52 years old. That's okay. That's okay. All we need to do is increase our birth rate. That's all we need to do. If people die young, we just need to have more people who can continue to die young. Let's decrease the number of people working in the hospital. That's probably like an obscenely large number of people working in the hospital for the number of people that we actually need working in the hospital. Devote more people to working in the oil refineries. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oil. What's another word for oil? Crude. Touristovsky. Touristovsky. There we go. I like that. Touristovsky. So, oil refinery capital of the map. Should give us a little bit more fuel. Now, we have bitumen. We have locally produced bitumen. We have locally produced fuel. I think that the I think that the best thing that we could possibly do at this point is maybe actually to see if we could get like a local fuel tank over here, which we could then plumb into the distribution office, i.e. we hold the fuel over here. I'm just sort of thinking, like, what is the best thing to do? Whatever the case, we should definitely hold our resources that we can sell in a pinch. We should hold them near the border. And I think that holding them around this area is pretty nice because it means that we have the option to either sell them at the customs house over here or at the customs house over here, depending on if we need the money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna queue up. Now this is probably one of my better ideas, actually. You know, if you believe that, you'll believe anything. We'll queue up construction of this. I don't even think that I want to build this. I think that I might build the road. I'll build the road, but let's get the construction done quickly. Now, the reason that I think that we should get the construction done quickly, it's going to cause a problem, isn't it? Because we don't have mechanical components yet. Right, I'll build it manually. I'll build it manually just because I want to demonstrate what I want to do. Right, so this Maz truck right here, very, very important for us. Been sitting around doing absolutely nothing. However, it is the perfect vehicle for this journey because it is not gonna ever, you know, be clogging up any fuel stations. What we are gonna do is we are gonna send this Maz truck to go and pick up the fuel. Erase from line. Yep. Pick up fuel. Wait until loaded, right? And then we're going to send it right back to just chill out over here. We'll worry about fuel for now. In fact, this could be the bitumen tank. We've already got the bitumen tank, in fact. So that's really, really good. Excellent. This is fine. Wait until unloaded. It's just going to be one truck at the moment, but we will undoubtedly sort of double that up and get a second one at some point. Gonna buy a second fuel, what's it called? Why is it that I just can't remember the types of trucks anymore? Like, I just can't remember the names of the types of trucks. That's crazy. Oil tank, that's the one. So, the second Maz. Oh, we're on fire. Yikes. That's not a crucial building. If that does burn, then that burns. Although, I think that actually we might be able to put out the fire accordingly here. That's pretty good. Big if true. Big if true. Brilliant. Look at that. 10 out of 10 firefighters. Oh, so easy. So easy. So freaking easy. Okay. So we will do... Yeah. So this Maz truck is going to pick up the bitumen. And we already have a tank that is auto-importing bitumen. So I think that should be totally fine. That's not connected to the road, actually. That's not connected to the road. Right, bitumen and bitumen unloads over here. Wonderful. Wait until unloaded. Wait until loaded. Fine, and we will just get a dirt road right over here. All right. That looking okay? That's looking grand. Brilliant. So, the next stage is probably to sell. Those. But I mean, it's not even gonna be this episode that a single tank of either bitumen or fuel is transported. So there's not much point even considering that at this moment in time. But yeah, so that's the fuel. It doesn't need a power supply. It'll need a power supply to load, but it doesn't need a power supply to unload. So that's okay. Oh my goodness, our track construction is remarkably proceeding very, very well. Also, aluminium is required for... Is aluminium required for construction of rails? I didn't think that it was. I thought that the only thing that required aluminium was airplane construction in the airplane prefab building. The airplane construction building. Is it maybe required for electrified railway? No. Is it maybe required for railway tunnels? No. It's not required for anything? What is aluminium required for? Maybe like a truss bridge or something? It's a steel truss bridge, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a steel truss bridge. Another steel truss bridge. Build railway bridge. Steel bridge. Waypoints. I mean, the waypoint's a waypoint. Signals. No, you don't build signals anyway. What the heck is aluminium actually required for? I wonder if that's a change that's going to be coming to... I wonder if that's a change that's going to be coming to the game at some point, where tracks are going to start to use aluminium. I mean, I don't think that they would. Aluminium is quite an expensive material, really, so that's why you don't build, you know, railways out of aluminium. It's expensive to extract and expensive to process. But, you know, don't worry, comrade. We will absolutely be exporting, selling, refining aluminium over the course of time. Look at this. Medical University is looking real good right now. Real good. This is all looking fine as anything. The prefab flats are doing a great job here. A really great job. The only thing that does kind of irritate me is that I feel like I should get some intel on the actual city itself. So, you know, maybe getting the accounting office up and running should be more of a priority than it actually is. Yeah. Also, this entire heating line, probably not a great idea in hindsight. But, you know, we can cancel that at some point later. Oh my goodness. Are we going to be producing bricks? It straight up looks like we're going to be producing bricks in no time at all. Wow, actually. Very surprising. Hospital coverage. Does hospital coverage extend down here? It doesn't actually. Yeah, so hospitalization issues aside, I think this is fine. 42 children can't go to school because there is no school available. That must be just out of range. Oh, it's like painfully just out of range. Let's demolish this and fix this up. Okay, these are some teething problems. I mean, you always get these problems when you're like modifying an existing city. There we go. Does that make a difference? That does make a difference. Perfect. So now there's a school available for pretty much everyone in the town or the village or whatever. We should get a hospital. We should get a hospital like over here as well. Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, look, people are gonna need all the help that they can get to not die an early death by working down the coal mines or by working in the heat power plant or the coal processing plant. Look, if you live in Touristovsky, then I mean, I suspect that you've probably got a pretty uncomfortable life. A pretty uncomfortable life, to say the very least. But you know what? If the only thing that people are complaining about is a hospital, then that is something that I will happily provide. I will happily provide. Put it just behind the church, so it can be a, you know, there can be a swift delivery system if indeed there are people that come in for treatment and don't make it. We can immediately ship them off next door to the church. That's horrible. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that at all. Okay, hospital's up and running. Need staff and doctors. We'll buy a couple of ambulances. Doesn't really particularly matter. Couple of doctors perhaps here and there, and I think that hospital actually should be within walking distance of pretty much everyone. Yeah, so there might be a couple of outlying houses that need to be reached via an ambulance, but for the most part, no issues there. Kindergarten still remains a bit of an issue, which it shouldn't. There's plenty of kindergarten spaces. Don't really understand why people are having such an issue with that. Let's connect this up over here, just so that we can share the burden amongst kindergartens. Okay, this is a nasty connection over here. I was kind of thinking that maybe we could bypass this, although it looks like people can walk through the bus stop just fine. Yeah, looks like people can walk through the bus stop just fine. Right, so that should help spread the load amongst kindergartens a little bit better, which is great. Very happy with that. How am I losing so many dollars? How am I losing so many dollars? Can somebody please tell me where all of my dollars are going? I would love to know. Western country dollars. Food? Really? Steel? Steel for constructions. Steel for constructions. Steel for constructions that's imported to the open storage yard. I mean, we're getting a pretty good deal. We're getting a pretty good deal on delivery there, so I don't think that we can make it any cheaper. What the heck has happened here? Please, could somebody... I don't believe it. I don't believe it. How on earth? Surely. There must be some sort of a system. There must be some sort of a system that Soviet engineers have come up with that stop nonsense like that from occurring. That is ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. The other thing that we need to consider is that we don't actually have a fuel station in town, do we? I thought for a second we did, but apparently not. Also, this road is looking... That's looking fresh. We're working on the bridge over here. We're working on the road over here. We're still working... Oh, that's some completed taxiway right over there. Very, very nice indeed. Almost done with the National Uprising Museum. We just got another couple of hundred work days. We are done with the Museum of the Republic. Very, very nice indeed. We're also done with the Gallery of Art. Excellent. Done with the indoor pool, as I've already highlighted. As soon as we're done with the hotel, I think that we straight up open... I think that we open up Disneylandovsky. Or should I say Disneylandovsk. I think we open it up. I think we open it up to the public. I absolutely think that we do. I think we unequivocally have to. We unequivocally have to. Yeah, that setback, by the way, of the manufacturing of the rail over here, that set us back pretty substantially, actually. I think I'm actually just going to build that track to ensure that that nonsense doesn't happen again. I really, really, really cannot afford for all of my trucks to just grind to a halt, because this is a crucial road that is supplying, I mean, pretty much everywhere at the moment. And if people don't have jobs to go to, then people start complaining. Believe it or not, people have to work. That's right, people have to work. Some say that they may even enjoy it, although I suspect that is probably not the case. Anyway, Brick Factory looks to be done very, very shortly indeed. It'll probably be done just towards the start of the next episode. Touristovsky is looking great. Actually, it's looking really, really good in comparison to what it used to be looking like. I mean, it's still got a hulking great coal mine in the middle of town, but I mean, you know, you win some, you lose some, I suppose, don't you? Touristovsky is fixed. Touristovsky is big fixed. Big fixed. Very, very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that indeed. Yeah, pathing issues between Touristovsky, this flat number 2, and the hospital. Yeah, we'll need to fix that. Probably just need to upgrade the central thoroughfare through town, and that'll speed up the walking pace substantially. But you know what? We'll get to that in the next episode. I'm really, really happy that we were able to basically save this town. University as well is definitely going to be finished in the next episode. I say definitely. You know, no guarantees, of course. Disneylandovsk, I think is gonna be turned on in the next episode, so that's pretty exciting. We got a whole bunch of people that are working at the palace of communism at the moment, so it's all looking good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you ever so much for supporting over on the Patreon page as well. It helps make videos like this possible, and it really does make it possible for me to make videos like this. Thank you very much, as ever, to the 3 $25 plus tier patrons. That is Banana Nana, C Senpai, and Aurelio. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.